Welcome back. This is the part 3 of chapter 1. In this part, I will tell you the classification of the botanicals. So you can see many cosmetic products today contains the botanical, whether it is synthetic or the natural. Okay, so the first basic technique is that you should know the classification of some botanicals that commonly used in the cosmetic product. Okay, so botanical is a kind of plant life and biology. So it originates from plant, okay, algae, fungi, and even lichens. Okay, so they may be natural or what we call the natural derivatives. Derivatives is that the compound obtained from similar compound by chemical reaction, so which have the structural analog with the original natural compound. Okay, but of course they should undergo the safety evaluation before putting into the cosmetic products. Okay, so the name of the botanical is mainly based on what we call ICN. Okay, so we'll discuss that soon. So in fact, the classification of botanical can be divided into these um, different name. So the greatest, okay, so the most similarities will be the domain, then kingdom, then phylum, then class, order, family, genera, and species. Okay, so we will briefly describe them one by one. Okay. So in fact, to classify the botanical is a kind of a modern classification system. So based on the degree of the similarities of the botanicals. Why we need to classify them? Because we want to name, to identify, okay, and to study different organisms systematically. Okay, so simply we can divide organism into three domains and six kingdoms. Okay, that is the most obvious feature. Okay, so this slide shows you three major domains: bacteria, archaea, and eukarya. Okay, so most probably for the botanical that used in the cosmetic product, most of them belongs to eukarya. Okay, so eukarya can be further subdivided into plantia, fungi, protista, and animalia. Okay, so of course we will based more on the plantia to discuss. Okay, so for example, okay, so starting from kingdom up to species, so it range from the lowest degree of similarities to the highest degree of similarities. Okay, so for example, so that is how human is classified. Okay, so in this system, okay. So each kingdom, okay, the organism are grouped into several phylum. For example, we only extract the kingdom of Plantae to discuss. Okay, it can further be divided into vascular plant and non-vascular plant. Okay, especially okay. So for the non-vascular plant, so it can divide it into two, and for vascular plant, it can further divide it into three. I will give you some examples of some botanical that belongs to these kingdom. So that is commonly used in the cosmetic product soon. So let's take a look at the first one, what we call the Chorophyta. Okay, so this type of the kingdom consists of the choroplast. Okay, so that is a kind of organelles in the cell. Okay, plant cell. Okay, so and of course this Chorophyta contain the nuclei. Okay, so one example is the green algae. Okay, so this will be the picture of some chorophyta that you may find in the natural environment. Okay, so some commercial use of chorophyta, so especially in some food supplement. Okay, so the first one is what we call the organic beta carotene. Okay, so that is the main extract produced from the green algae. Okay, so this beta carotene consists of is a kind of vitamin A. So of course, vitamin A is good for our vision, and it is antioxidant used to prevent some cancer. Okay, so one exact use of the chlorophyter is what we call the chlorella. Okay, so that is the freshwater or terrestrial unicellular green algae. Okay, grown in the bioreactors. So it is commonly used in the food supplement to improve the quality of the nutrition in the daily diet. Okay, so and then the next is biofighter. Okay, so they are the mosses. Okay, what means by mosses? So mosses have leaves and no true root. Okay, we call it as the rhizome. Okay, so and they have no seed and reproduced by spores. Okay, so and they can be traveled by water, and of course they are grown in the moist or damp area. Okay, okay, so and there are many biofighter that is used as TCM used to treat the cardiovascular disease or bronchitis. Okay, so these are some example on the bottom of the slide. All right, so and then next is the teratophyta. Okay, so in fact they are ferns. Okay, they're ferns having leaves and root, and they are of course reproduced by spores. Okay, so the major characteristic, the major feature of the this kingdom is that they have very long leaves. Okay, so for example, so you can see, so the ferns, okay, so in the picture, so that can be good for the memory, okay, and muscular disorder, of course. So and the next is the coniferophyta, okay, so some very tall tree, so they are reproduced by cones, and they have a little leaf to prevent the water loss from the tree. Okay, and of course, the major characteristic is that they are green all the year. Okay, so one of them can be used to clear heat and remove the toxicity and even the dry dampness. Okay, and relieve the itching. Okay, so and the last kingdom is angiospermophyta. Okay, they are flowering plant. Of course, they have flower. Okay, they use flower to reproduce. Okay, so one example I would like to share with you, so you may drink it every day, is the chrysanthemum. Okay, so chrysanthemum can be used to disperse wind, okay, and clear heat in our body. Okay, so that is the basic um, element. Okay, so in the Chinese medicine. Okay, so that's why it can calm our liver and clear the eyes. Do you still remember the five element system? So the eyes belongs to liver. Okay, so if the liver, okay, so is in good condition, our eyes also is in good condition. Okay, so that's why for the phylum, okay, so they are grouped, okay, into smaller refined grouping, okay, so into orders, family, even the species. Okay, species is the lowest level of the classification. Okay, and it gives you the highest degree of similarities of the group. Okay, so here comes to the example. Okay, so I won't go into details. For example, the rows. So how we classify them. Okay, so for this type of rows, so we call it as the rosa. So how it come from the classification. Okay, so and then it also further divided, I mean the rows into the subgenera. Okay, so this is more difficult. So for example, this an example of the classification. So let me tell you some examples that we use that botanical in cosmetic. So commonly used it. okay, botanical. The first one is the arbutine. Arbutine, I think most of you heard about it. So it is extracted from bearberry, okay? So, and of course, it can prevent the formation of the melanin. Do you still remember why the melanin can be synthesized in our body? Because of one enzyme. Do you still remember? Remember, we have been discussed in part 2 of this chapter. Yes, so it is the tyrosinase. Okay, with the presence of this melanogenesis related protein, that is the tyrosinase that forms the melanin. Okay, so arbutine can suppress, okay, the tyrosinase from formation of melanin. So that's why arbutine can be used as the skin lightening and whitening agent. Okay, so and it has been used for long-term and regular use. So another example will be the extract from the nickel rice root. Okay, so we call this as the glibridine. Okay, glibridine. Okay, so this one. Okay, so it's a kind of chemical that is extracted from the nickel rice root. So and it is good because it has the anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties at the same time. So it can also be used as the skin lightening and whitening agent because it can inhibit the melanogenesis, again the tyrosinase production. Okay, so next, okay, so is the palm oil or coconut oil. I think most of them good emulsifier, as you know. Okay, so they will be used as the oil phase, so in making cream or lotion either. Okay, so there are the vegetable oil. Okay, so the natural oil. Okay, so and for example, coconut oil, so it's good to our health. Okay, so the last one that I would like to share with you is the natural preservatives. So you can see in many cosmetic products, preservative must be added to extend the shelf life, right? So, but most of them are chemical preservatives, okay, that may cause allergic reaction to the allergic skin, okay, sensitive skin. So it is suggested to use the natural preservatives. So is there any natural preservatives that we can commonly bought from the raw material supplier? In fact, one of them is called urolapri. Okay, urolapri. So it consists of some extract, natural extract. All in all, it contains catechin as the antioxidant. Do you still remember catechin? uh, I have discussed with you so in the last part like already. So it is used as the natural preservative, and catechin has the antioxidant effect. Okay, so and the odorant effect, antimicrobial, antifungal effect. So which can therefore extend the shelf life of most cosmetic products. Okay, so because it is milder, okay, because it's not the chemical preservative, so it causes less skin allergy problems, especially to sensitive skins. Okay, so although it's much expensive than the chemical preservative, so but if you want a milder preservative, okay, safe to use, so you should choose this Euro Napri. Okay. So another topic is that in a cosmetic product, okay, so nowadays, so we mainly use a topic called extract. Extract. An extract is the substance that made by extracting a part of raw material, so using some organic solvent. Okay, so that's why many natural essence are obtained by extracting the essential oil, okay, from fruit, from the plant, or etc. So the slide here shows you different types of the extraction types. For example, expression. So that is when oil is plentiful. Okay, absorption. okay, so maceration, okay, or distillation. So these are the common extraction method, okay, used to extract, okay, so the most important part or most important ingredient, so from part of the plant, okay. So I would like to share with you some extract. For example, this one is the wine tea extract. So it can clear the free radical. Okay, so the ROS, reactive oxygen species, so that's why it has the antioxidant effect. Okay, and it can prevent the oxidative damage of antioxidants. Okay, so and that's why it can improve the oxidation resistance of our human body. Okay, so another one is the cinnamomum camphora. Okay, extract. Okay, so one major chemical from this extract is the this one is the bronil. Okay, so it's the major chemical extracted from camphor. Okay, so it has anti-inflammatory properties, and that will be commonly used with the permanent oil in tube powder. Okay, so and also this camphor so has the natural bronio can be anti-infective, anti-inflammatory, so which can make your skin fresh. Okay, so and it also can disappear or remove the prickly heat and help to cure the chafing. Okay, so mostly it will be used for the topical applications. So, and the essential oil from this camphor extract is supposed to regulate the air, that is the qi. Okay, so and the blood circulation and warm the meridian. Okay, so and also can tonify the air and improve our immune system as the result. Okay, and of course it is also a natural healing oil. Okay, so for scars. Okay, and especially after the surgery. Okay, so it does not left any scar after healing. Okay, of course. So the smell of this extract so will make people relaxed and comfortable. Okay, so that's why it can be used as the aromatherapy. Okay. So, and the next is the rosemary extract. I think all of you know what is rosemary, right? So the major chemical that it has is what we call this one, okay? Usolic acid. Okay, usolic acid. Usolic acid is a very, very, very strong antioxidant, and that's why it has the anti-aging effect, okay, by suppressing the formation of ROS, okay. So, rosemary can be used to improve our memory, relieve the muscle pain and spasm, and stimulate the hair growth, and support our circulatory and even nervous system. Okay. So, and the next is the chamomile extract. Chamomile is also commonly used, okay, in a cosmetic product. So it works in combination with the green tea extract, rice fermentation extract. So it has high level of vitamin C. So again, it's a kind of antioxidant effect. And also helps to slow down the transportation of melanin to the skin surface. Okay, so and also it can inhibit the UV induced formation of melanin. Okay, so as the result, the chamomile extract has the skin whitening effect. Okay, so and then the last two is the white mulberry extract and rice bran extract. Okay, so the white mulberry extract, so it can reduce the age spot or skin compression. Okay, and as it can be used as the lightening the skin tone. Okay, the rice bran extract, so it contains chemical called sodium phytate. Okay, okay, so which can reduce the formation or synthesis of the melanin. Okay, so and it can also stimulate the natural exfoliation process. Okay, so it make your skin smooth. Okay. So the last part of this chapter 1, we will introduce some minerals. Again, minerals is a kind of component that will be used in the cosmetic product as well. Okay, so there are over 5,000 mineral species in the world. In fact, they are most of them are elements from the periodic table. So, and they may be the inorganic solid substance. So either the crystallized structure, okay. So it has some color or hardness, okay. So most of them are the element. Some of them will be the organic derivative, okay. So there will be some common characteristic of minerals. So their crystal structure, and most of them has a luster uh, uh, characteristics. So that's why it can be used as the color cosmetics. We'll discuss that soon. So most of them are extracted from what we call oils. Okay, oils. So for example, so the physical sunscreen contain zinc oxide, right, or titanium dioxide. Zinc and titanium are the minerals that extracted from the ores. Okay, or some of them are come from the deep sea mineral, volcano clay. Okay, so and these has the cell renewal activities in our skin. Okay, so I will tell you some example of the common minerals. So for example, magnesium. Magnesium can improve the metabolic process in the cell. So that's why it can relieve the skin and regenerate the cell and relieve some muscular pain. And the next is the bromide. Bromide can be used to relieve the skin disease and can be used to treat the psoriasis. Okay, psoriasis. So the picture shown in the bottom right hand corner. So bromide can also be used as the disinfectant. How about the chlorine? Chlorine has the antimicrobial effect. Okay, so but if this mineral is in excess, okay, it increases the concentration of body fluid, causing edema. Calcium, of course, everyone knows that is good for our bone, okay, or skeleton, okay, together with the vitamin D absorption, so it can enhance the bone density, okay. Iron. Iron is used to carry oxygen in blood and a major component in our hemoglobin, that is the red blood cell. Okay. Sulfur. Sulfur has the antimicrobial properties, while the iodine is to prevent the thyroid cancer. All right, so strengthen our thyroid gland. Okay, because it is responsible for the metabolism. Okay, so and it has the medical properties. So some example of cosmetics that contains the mineral, for example, the physical sunscreen, as I said before. So there are two types of sunscreen, physical and chemical, right? Physical sunscreen consists of zinc oxide and or titanium dioxide. So it acts as the UV blocker. It can be used to block the UVA and UVB. Okay, so especially the UVA because the wavelength is longer. Okay, so we usually use it as the nano-sized particle nowadays, so to increase the effectiveness, okay, of the sunscreen effect. So that's why it can be used as the sunscreen lotion, okay, because it can scatter the UV light, okay. So that's why this physical sunscreen is less allergies to sensitive skin, while the chemical sunscreen is more sensitive that may cause the allergic reaction to sensitive skin people. So nowadays it's very famous to use the mineral color cosmetics. Okay, so mineral color cosmetics, okay, is difficult to dissolve and not easily penetrate skin. So that's why compared with the traditional color cosmetic, so it causes less skin allergy problems. Okay, so It mainly contain the color ores, okay, but no oil or wax additives. That's why it's less allergic to our skin, okay. So inorganic minerals used for the mineral color cosmetic are more stable, and they can inhibit the microbial growth. So for example, have you heard about this silver? Okay, so nano silver iron, okay, so has the antimicrobial effect, which can suppress the growth of the bacteria. Okay, so and that's why inorganic minerals allow us to use less preservative and antiseptic agent. So here's show some common minerals that we used. Okay, for example, iron oxide used as the coloring agent. Okay, zinc oxide, titanium dioxide as the UVAB blocker, and the mica powder. Have you heard about that? So it's for the shimmering effect. Okay, so for example, that will give you a pearl night. Okay, so and also the rough red color, so that will be commonly used for mica powder, used in the eyeshadow, okay, brusher and lip color. So finally, there are some advantages of using mineral color cosmetic. So over the traditional color cosmetic, so it is much safe. Okay, so especially to sensitive skin. Okay, so it can reduce the chance of getting blemish because of the color cosmetic, and will not easily clog our pores. Okay, so and it has the good concealing effect. Okay, so because it can firmly attach to our skin surface, and non-lasting effect because it has the strong adhere effect and water resisting effect compared with the traditional color cosmetic. So at the same time, it is very easy for cleansing, okay, by just simply apply, okay, the cleansing lotion, okay, so then you can quickly remove the mineral color cosmetics from your face. So, and most mineral color cosmetic has add the sunscreen element, that is the zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. At the same time, it can block the UVA and UVB, okay, from penetrating your skin. Okay, so now these are all the contents of the chapter 1. Okay, thank you very much.